Hello.
Hi, everyone.
We are coming to you still from the basement, not the rig.
No, rig's still in the shop.
So, uh, we wanted to wrap up the last year, our first year of full-time RV life.
Yeah, I figured we'd put a little video montage of our travel for the past year.
Yep. Revisit some of the videos we did early on, talking about our first towing experience and some of the struggles that we had early on.
Some of the fun stuff.
Yeah, and address some of those things. We about 10 months ago we did a video on our favorites and least favorite things about the Brinkley. So we wanted to kind of readdress some of our least favorites, at least
Right.
3 of them that in the past year we have realized it was just user error. So I hope you enjoy. I know some of these clips you've seen before, but it was kind of fun to put this together.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. Get to see some of the old stuff and revisit some of the stuff that we've even forgotten about. So
Yep, that was really fun going through the videos.
yeah, it was fun. This was the most challenging part for us.
Downsizing.
Downsizing, yeah, that took a long time, a lot longer than we expected it to. We should have started earlier, but there was a lot that had to be done though.
Yep. We're watching it with you, the garage sale. We should have started a lot sooner. We should have had that garage sale ready with most of the belongings of the house. A lot of our nicer items were still in the house, and we had a hard time getting rid of those. Even on Facebook Marketplace, we had a hard time. So we should have. I think we started enough time.
Yeah.
We just didn't hit it hard until the very end.
Yeah, most of the stuff that you see on here is a good chunk of it went to the city dump and watch it get.
Well, donated a lot of it.
We donated a lot.
I think we had 12, 15 trips to the Goodwill. So
right.
a lot of it got donated. But start sooner. Be more aggressive.
Don't be afraid to get rid of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah. All right. So revisiting our shopping trip to Harbor Freight.
Right.
We had a long list, but we only found a few of the things that were on the list. So.
And some things we picked up were pretty frivolous. We didn't need to have them. Some of them we have never used.
Yeah. We've got a list of things in our Amazon cart that we have to have for this first, just before we even pull the RV out and park it anywhere. So we did a little research, and Harbor Freight has a lot of those items for a much lower price than Amazon does. So we are off this morning. We're taking all of our garage sale money and getting those necessities that we have to have. So in this clip, we see that we purchased this impact wrench.
Yeah.
It was a necessity.
It's a necessity, but we've never had to use it. So
Yeah.
it's electrical powered, so it's not a battery operated.
Yeah.
So that would like to have one that's battery operated. Get a Roby or something like that to make it a little bit easier to use.
That's an upgrade we'll do in the future.
Yeah.
The wheel chocks.
Definitely a necessity. You have to have a set of those for your rig. And these ones were great.
They were $5, and they're heavy duty. They're going to outlive the rig.
Right.
So
You know, and we know other people who use the plastic ones, and they have, you know, they're fine. But for $5, we even looked at the plastic ones and we couldn't get them as cheap as $5. So this table,
We love this table. It's
Yeah.
it folds up real easy, really small. It can fit anywhere, so I love that.
we put it, it rides in the kitchen, the outdoor kitchen, right
Yep.
on top of the drawers, and it's easy to put together. You see many videos with us sitting outside the rig with this in between us. So we've gotten more than $20 use out of this
Right.
out of this little green table. Harbor Freight. So normally they're $35, but watch if they go on sale. It's really durable canvas. So love
And-
this table.
We got it in green. Probably would have got it in blue.
I wish I had gotten a blue. Oh boy. We this is the beast that we drag around with us everywhere.
I like it. It is big. It's very big.
What exactly do you like about that
I like
generator?
I like the idea that I can run the entire rig with it.
But how many times have we done that?
Never.
We've never
It's-
used it.
I put some gas in it to start it up one time, and it hasn't left the bay since.
In fact, for the first 4 months, it rode in the box that it came in
Right.
before it was finally taken out of the box. And
That was a good deal, though. What, $630?
it's more than what we need. We had this idea that we could not leave without, we couldn't move without this generator. The idea was we were going to boondock.
Right. But everywhere we go, we get all full hookups everywhere we go.
We could have used it in quartzite, but here's the thing. I love my air conditioning, so just worried that there's been times where we couldn't have run the air conditioning off of this.
Right.
So we've never used it. All right.
This air compressor, I use it every time we move. However, keeps shutting off on me. I think it's overheating, maybe. I don't know what. It's time for a new one, though.
He spends hours. He'll go out, it'll run for a little bit, he brings it back in, he puts it on the charger. So we need to upgrade.
I mean, that's an
air
upgrade
compressor. Our first travel day. Okay, lesson number 1. Travel day lesson number 1 that I've learned. Add 2 hours to your target time, your target leave time, because we were going to be out of here by 12 and then 1, and I think we'll be out of here by 2. So, or start 2 hours earlier. That would be a plan too. Have we gotten better?
We've gotten a lot better. You know, it's our first couple of trips. We took us a good 2 hours, but we've gotten it down to about an hour and a half.
I think
We've gotten out. I think the fastest we've ever got out of there was in about 45 minutes, maybe an hour.
maybe. The one thing too that I learned is that, like, the interior stuff, and Scott does this too, but get as much done the night before as you possibly can, because that way the next morning you have less to do. I admittedly like to get up and I'd like to have a leisurely cup of coffee. I am not a jump out of bed and get rolling
I'm a mover guy.
type of person. Scott is. I'm not. So he has to push me a lot to get up and get moving. But we wanted to talk about the lessons we learned today.
Boy, it was a challenge. There's no doubt about it. That was the first time that I've ever had to tow,
Hook up. This
up.
one's,
back up,
that's a scared couple of people
Unhook.
right there. Hook up.
hook up, back up a vehicle
Unhook.
of any size
Yeah.
like this. There's just no comparison.
What should have been a 2 hour from start to finish. Packing up, making the drive to this new campsite, setting up turned into about, by the time we got set up, about 5 hours.
yeah.
So it took a couple of attempts to get backed in.
Plus
and
we got
hitched.
a Teflon ring for the hitch that kept getting impinged on the hitch.
It just was wonky.
I must have got the wrong
It was
size.
upside down.
I don't
I must have
Yeah.
got the wrong size. I don't know.
I don't know. It didn't. It got in there and then it just kind of busted off and it was stuck and
Because it was upside down.
So we should have been hitched, but that was preventing that.
This was a fun part. I just decided to, kind of do a montage with the scenery. So
Yeah.
enjoy.
How about that view?
Yes.
How about that view? Can't beat it. So,
Newbie mistake.
so when you're putting on your hitch, we have the B&W companion hitch. When it doesn't want to lock, you got to look at it and find out why it's not working. We did it twice. We thought it was the silicone seal thing. We weren't getting a good fit. Still might be the issue. We're going to try that again here in a minute, though. But you have to take the locking pin out.
Is that still a thing?
Still happens.
It still happens. And we haven't really learned. Usually, if we cannot get it hooked up in 3 attempts, I'll ask. And Scott always says, I pulled the pin. I pulled the pin. We usually give it 2 more attempts, and I'm like, can you just check? And sure enough.
Sure enough, there's the pin.
There's the pin. So, still making that rookie mistake.
But that ring, we did figure that ring out.
Yeah.
We just had it upside down. Well, the Lippert auto leveling system is just not very user friendly. I don't know. We play around with it and we do a lot of manually leveling, but the auto leveling, we're just a little scared of it. Still an issue. We still
No, it's not. We still manually level.
Yeah.
But we have auto leveled.
Correct. We have done it, but we're more comfortable doing it manually.
It took us months
to finally realize that when you pull into a campsite, you can't just hit auto level and then level. You have to be pretty close to level,
Right.
and then you hit the auto level.
You know, fine tune it.
Yes. So we have used auto level
Mm-hmm.
in situations where we were almost level, hit the auto level, and it works. We've just manually leveled for so long that that's just how we do
It's just
it.
comfortable. We're just comfortable doing it.
So there's nothing wrong with our auto level.
No.
The annoyance to me, probably not so much to Scott, but to me, is that we can't get the drawer pulled out far enough to utilize the second trash can. It only comes out so it comes out with the first trash can, but then halfway on that second trash can. I would love to use that for dog food, but I can't easily get the dog food in and out of that.
All right. Well, is this still an issue?
Guess where we put the dog food now? When we went to the Brinkley unofficial rally in September, we mentioned it to several people, and they said, "Oh, we really had to yank on
Just
ours.
pull
It's
on it.
really
Give it a
stiff."
good yank.
So I did, and now it works
That's
beautifully.
perfect.
So there's a lever on this side. You pull the lever, and then this will slide all the way to this side. You've got a nice desk area then, okay? Or it will slide to the other side, or anything in between there. So we love this. We haven't really used this configuration other than on travel days. This is what we use because the chairs go in here, they get locked in, and then the ottoman goes in front of that. But let me show you, and there's probably dog hair under the table, so I apologize. But there's the plug right there. Hope you guys can see that. It's the only plug in this area. And you can see I moved it, so it's already starting to come out there a little bit. So that is an annoyance. Oh, that pesky plug.
Yeah, luckily we ended up getting a little tower, a power terminal tower that has a angled plug, so it we fixed that a little bit. But I love that picture. You get to see Cletus the cactus in there.
Brinkley, give some thought to that pop-up power tower.
Yeah,
Pops up and you can push it back down, because that
that
Like I
would
said in the
save it all.
I'd pay extra money for that.
Right.
All right, another montage.
Yeah.
Hikes. I sped them up because we did so many hikes. If I had just left in that normal speed, you would have gotten a flash, because there was a lot of hikes.
Lots
but
of hikes.
Beautiful hikes.
We love to hike. Finn likes to hike. That's his happy place.
as I started watching the videos, I thought, I wonder how many times we've said, it's travel day.
That should be our slogan.
This is just a few of those times. Our first travel day. Moving day.
Yay, moving day.
Travel day.
And it's a good one today.
We are on the road.
Here we go.
Headed west. All right, we're on the road.
Road trip.
Travel day again.
Yep, it's an easy one today.
Another travel day.
Another travel day, YouTube land.
All right, guys.
Oh boy.
It's another travel day. Okay. Day 4, final travel day is off to a rough start. Really rough start.
Oh, shoot.
We're on the road.
A little late.
All right, just to wrap up this week's video, just a montage of a few of the places we've been. Not everything. Didn't think anybody wanted to watch a 4-hour video, but
You can go back and watch some of our videos.
Yeah, we have like 54 videos, 55 now.
Right.
So
Go back and watch them.
some great memories made, amazing journeys,
It was a fun trip.
few bucket list items.
Yep.
So thanks again for watching. Thanks for following, subscribing. Still, bring the comments. We love your comments. And we respond to every one of them.
Yep, absolutely.
It's been a great year, guys. Wait and see what's going to happen next.
Oof.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
So we're in Vegas, and it's Tuesday night. We thought we'd come do something fun.
Yep.
So we're gonna go to the Mob Museum.